Bakshi.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Body Mind Practices to Enhance Resilience and Immunity. We have a wonderful set of practices, and before I kick it off to Dr. Kalan Bakshi, a couple quick housekeeping points. If you have any issues with your audio video, make sure you use your chat box in the bottom, and let us know about that, and we'll be happy to assist you in whatever way possible. Also, at the end, we'll have a feedback session and a special announcement. So make sure you stick around and share your thoughts at that point. Without further ado, I'll pass it over to Dr. Kalan Bakshi.
Thank you, Maulik, and welcome everyone. As usual, we have a very interesting Saturday session today. And what I'm going to say to you is that we are doing something that we've been doing more of lately. It's called interactive session. And what I'd like you to do is, we have half an hour. First half an hour, we have Gail, special guest for today. There you go. She's usually Saturday, she doesn't present, but today is her day. So what I like you to do is, I like you to send in a request, just like we have a song request. You know how we request songs? You request, put it in the chat box right now, what you want Gail to lead a practice with. You've been with Gail for a long time, and she's fantastic in leading anything and everything that you can ask her to do. She's a super, super teacher. But this is the way it will work today. Only upon request, we will do it. We will not do anything by ourselves today. So this is a little different, and the ball is in your court. You be the driver, okay? So just start putting it in, and Gail will be ready. I'll give a couple of minutes to you so that you get started. And as soon as we receive one or two requests, maybe Maulik can relay to Gail or something like that. Okay, that's he says yes. Okay, good. So I'm done. I'm turning it over to Maulik now.
All right. Once we actually have some responses, we will share that with Gail.
It's almost like a spot examination. Review of what you have learned in the past, what you've enjoyed in the past, what you want to know a little bit more of, whatever. Every once in a while, it's worthwhile to do that process. Gail and we really do that all the time. Maulik is amazing to guide us through all that. So we do that all the time, and it'll be worthwhile for us to learn from you what you need. So anytime, Maulik, you can.
Okay, we have balance and core. Those are two that have been shared so far.
And so, Gail, it will be up to you. You can pick and direct whichever way you want, okay, out of this. This is a whole buffet given to you now. Buffet table is in front of you, so you can
energy enhancement is the other one.
You can pick it up and streamline it the way you want it.
Maulik, are we ready?
Let's go with it. Those are the response we have so
Only
far.
Three responses. Only three responses. There are how many people on?
20.
20?
Well,
Just tell me how many are
if
on.
we count excluding us, 17. So
17 people, and I have 3 responses. That means 14 people either have not understood what I'm saying, or they don't know what I'm asking for. That's 1. 2. Number 3, they may not remember what Gail has taught you all these times. Number 3, they don't care, whatever happens. So I don't know what to make out of all this.
I think we'll start.
You can start. Thank you.
Okay. So as with every practice, we want to begin by aligning the body. So whether seated or standing, and I need to just check something. All right. Whether you're seated or standing, we want to get in vertical alignment. So if you're standing, find your shoulders width apart, your comfortable stance. If you're seated, come forward on your chair and have your knees, ankles, and hips all in alignment. As you stand, lift, or even seated, lift your toes, place them down gently, connecting them to the floor or your shoes, and feel yourself planted on the earth. Feel the sides of your feet, the inside and the outside. Feel your heels, the balls of your feet, and then that area behind the ball of your foot we call the bubbling spring or the bubbling well or your earth connection. Feel as if you have little suction cups connecting you to the earth. Relax your ankles. Notice how your knees relaxed too. Drop your tailbone. Lengthen through the spine. Raise your shoulders to your ears, then roll them back and down. Let them be heavy on your back. Head in alignment with the rest of the spine. Crown of the head, feeling as if it's being lifted up to your soul star, your highest self, far, far away. Relax all of your body. Scan your emotions. What do you need to let go of today? And let all of that go through from the head, through your Zongfu organs, down the trunks of your feet, legs, into your feet, and out into the earth. Become peaceful. Become centered and aligned. Notice your breath. Deepen and slow your breath. We've done many breath practices, so you choose how you'd like to deepen and slow. And then coming into the present moment, we lift our arms in front of the body and open, visualizing holding the past in one hand, a time that's gone, the future, the uncertainty of the future in another. It may not come. And as you bring both hands together, allow those times to fall back to the earth as you come into the sliver of the present moment, centering yourself in this moment, this time, connecting to your breath and your body. Let the hands drift down. And let's begin wiggling the fingers, letting everything become loose, maybe making small circles with your wrists, beginning to wake up the arms, bringing that aliveness up your forearm into your elbows, finally up the upper arm into your shoulders, and now raising the arms out and up, back down to shoulder height, and down, and then shaking in front, of the body and behind the body. Lifting up the perineum, holding up the pelvic floor, beginning to pump the heels. You can lift, you can bounce, your choice. Feeling energy move up your legs. Out to the sides with the arms again. Now remember, if your legs start to hurt, adjust. I'm taking a class and boy, do my legs hurt. And I always have to adjust. Hands up. Dr. Bakshi and I are both taking it. It's a strength class. Out to the side. And oh yes, it's Qigong. And down again. Coming to pause. One hand over the other at your elixir field, your low dantian, below the navel, between the hips. Taking a pause, notice now how your body, your emotions, your thinking are feeling. Name what you're feeling to yourself. And then hands drift down to the sides as we begin thumping and then knocking on the lung point and on the kidney point. Remember, the hands are cupped. We pick up the leg we're turning away from. So thump. You know this one. This is an out breath, in breath. Out, in. Thump. Thump. So we're activating the spine. We're working with the nervous system. We're also sending energy now to our lungs and to our kidneys. And we add the sound ha for our hearts. Ha. Ha. Stay lifted. Ha. Smile. Ha. Ha. One more each way. Ha. Ha. Now, Raggedy Ann arms over the shoulder. Hitting the gallbladder point. Remember to pick up the back leg. That protects your knees. Head goes with the spine. And add the ha. 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 One more each side. Ha. Ha. And slow that rotation down. That's just a variation on spinal rotations. Let's warm up the abdomen, starting on the right side, coming up and over, then down, helping ourselves not only digest the food that we ingest, but helping to digest all of what's going on in life. I'm in Florida right now, and you might know that this is the hot spot for the coronavirus. And we massage. We inhale up, exhale down. Now, the next time we come around, we go the opposite way for balance. I know balance was requested. Well, balance involves more than just our physical balance. It involves our emotional balance. Qigong is holistic. Breathe in, breathe out, in and out. Leave your left hand down, come up to the heart. Let's energize the thymus, the heart. And now up to the lung 2 point underneath the clavicle. We're still building our immunity, building our resistance, building our resilience, our ability to bounce back. Reveal your left hand, brush off anything that doesn't serve you, any emotion, pull up earth energy, come up the back of the arm, hands cross, right hand drops, and massage. This is warming up the whole body, preparing it to move into some balance practices, now under the lung point. So we've done these much slower before, but it doesn't have to be real slow. Reveal the right hand once again, sweeping off what doesn't serve you. This is your Wei Qi, your protective Qi, and then pulling in what will protect you, create your protective bubble. Arms to the lung points crossed, massage once again. And if you remember our sound, we're going to add that vibration. So breathe in. Now pulling the hands away, chant Hands come down, back up across the chest, massage the sides, coming around to the kidneys and the adrenals. The adrenals are our basic store for energy. They send out the hormones for the fight, flight, or freeze response. It's interesting to find out what your own reaction is, or what it is in different cases. I found out mine was freeze at the beginning of the coronavirus. Down over the hips, down the backs of the legs, around the front of the feet to the ankles. You can bend your knees, please don't lock them. Massaging ankles, drawing energy up the yin channels of the body to the knees, making circles around the knees. Remember, knees like to be warm. And coming back up the inside, massaging at the inguinal fold, that fold that where we sit back in our horse stance or our Wuji posture. And then we take a breath in, hands come out as if you were pushing against something. Exhale, sink the body. Remember to sit back as if you were in a chair or a high stool. Breathe in, gathering the energy from around you, settling it over the body. Breathe out. Now you might wonder what this has to do with balance. Feel your feet on the floor. Once again, inhale, push out with the backs of your arms. Exhale. Inhale, push down with your feet. Inhale. Exhale, wash yourself in the energy of the earth and the universe. Last time, remember you're pushing against something with the backs of your arms. Inhale, rotate the palm thumbs back. Exhale, sit back a little. Sink, sung. Inhale up. Hold up on the perineum. Now relax everything. As you exhale down, holding up on that perineum helps the core. And let's just rotate the neck, looking over the right shoulder, coming center. We want the whole body to be ready to move. Exhale, inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale, looking up and down in your comfort zone. And exhale, inhale, and exhale. Rotate shoulders. Let's raise and lower the body. We're breathing in as the shoulders go forward, up, back, and down. 2 more. This is also creating strength in your legs. Last one, reverse directions. Inhale and exhale. Make it gentle. If you have shoulder issues, it can be really little, like even littler than that, maybe just like this. One more. Now, big arms, 4 times. Still working with the legs. Push down to raise up. Push down. Last one in reverse directions. Last one. Now wake up your waist by making 4 hip circles. Breathing in and out. Other direction. Two more. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Come center, shift your weight into the right leg, pick up the left heel and rotate out 8 times. Waking up the ankles, the knees, the hips, reverse directions. I hope you're having a great weekend. Heel down, shift, pick up the opposite heel. 8 circles. Come way up to your toes, if you're able. And this can be done seated. Other direction. All right, both feet on the floor. Now you know this practice. This is one we've done before. Relax the whole body. Just review the arms with me. We pick up our big chi ball. We pull it up overhead. We release the bubble. Let's call it a chi bubble. And the arms come down. So we're ready to pick up another bubble. That's easy. We're going to add the feet to it. This is a balanced practice. Bring your right foot close to your left. Now step out slightly off center. Just touch down with your heel. Shift your weight forward. Hands come up with that chi bubble. Now release your chi bubble. And as your hands come down, bring your left toe close to your right foot. Stretch that left toe back. Breathe in. Relax the left knee so you can shift your hips back. You're stable. Feel your stability? Step back. You're balancing on one leg. Weight onto your right foot. Gently place the left heel down. Rocking onto that foot. Breathing in. Pick up your chi bubble. Breathe out. Bring the toe in. Breathe in. Chi bubble goes up, foot goes back. There's a nice balance. Relax your knee so you can move your hips back. Balancing on the right leg. And step back with the left. Now we're going to go to level 2. You can stay at level 1 if you would like. Foot down, breathe in. Pull up on the perineum for balance. Hands come down, hug your knee. Breathe out. Breathe in, pick up the bubble. Remember to relax the knee. Sit back. Step back. Weight on right. Extend left. Inhale. Exhale. Gather your knee. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, each side. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your foot in or grab your knee. Breathe in, relax, breathe out. Now, I'll share a secret with you that I've shared once before, but you may have forgotten. This exercise was very difficult for me when I was learning this. But as I relaxed and practiced, and I practice every day, my balance got much better. Sit back and step back. Now let's do Safe House, which is also a balance practice. Breathing in, we cross right over left. Not going to even worry about the breath, just do natural breathing right here. Then hands come up, cross right over left, clasp, scoop arms in. Now you're in alignment. Everything is centered. Relax, don't stiffen everything up, drop your shoulders, relax your knees, they're nested. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I mean. If I push, my knee will go forward and I just go straight down as if I'm sitting on that high ledge again, right? We're not going to do that. That's another exercise, but we can go from there. You're in your safe house. You're protected. Remember our energy bubble. Now here's where more balance comes in. Take an inhale. On the exhale, rotate your wrists down. Follow them down. Now lift straight up. Not roll up, lift up. And you're in one line. Your nested knees help with your balance. You came out of your safe house. Take another breath in. On the exhale, fold forward at the quad. Scoop down. Raise up. Bring arms out, separate, settle, and uncross your legs. What we do on one side, we do on the other. So weight on right, pick up the left heel. Do you feel your balance? Tuck your tailbone, engage your core, cross, nest your knees. Check to see if your knees are nested. Can your back leg push your front knee forward? If it is, you're nested. Hands come up. Nice in-breath here. Cross, clasp, on the exhale. Pull in. You got it. Hold it there. Feel nicely centered. Head is up, tailbone is down, knees are relaxed. You're in your cocoon. Breathe in. On the exhale, hands turn down, so they're facing the earth. Fold at the hips, at your quad. Now raise the body as one unit. That takes a lot of core strength. Inhale, out of safe house. Breathe naturally. Just rest in this position. Feel your strength. Now take another deep breath in. On the exhale, fold forward again. Hands come down. Fold the elbows. Bring the wrists back up in front of your heart-mind space. and rest in your safe house. Take a breath in. On the exhale, rotate the hands out, separate, let them come to your sides. Weight on the back foot so the front foot can step out and come to alignment. Let's gather some energy. Taking a deep breath in, gathering earth energy, all of life, and then the energy of the stars. Rest it over your waypoint, the crown of your head. A big energy portal, just like the Laogong portal. See if you can feel that energy right above your head. And now wash yourself in that energy. Feeling it go through the body and back into the earth. Thanks for playing with me today. Malik, back to you.
Thank you very much, Gail. I will actually pass it over to Dr. Bakshi for the next part of the practices.
I'll say goodbye.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, Gail. It's wonderful practice. And everybody can grab a chair. Please come onto the chair. And as many of you can turn on the video, it will be very helpful. Part of the reason for doing this is because what we're going to do today is a little bit of refinement of the practice that we started on Tuesday. That's the emotional freedom technique. It's an ongoing situation with emotions for everybody right now. And the emotions are, all kinds of emotions right now. And last time what we did was we started the practice a little bit to go through the points, what we tap. And also just to review a little bit how it works is we decided that we saw the videos, couple of videos, and, it was Church, Dawson Church is a fantastic guy. You can probably Google him or YouTube, and it's a phenomenal videos. But the idea was that when we have these points that we have, different points in our body, they connect electromagnetically with the head inside in the brain. And this has been done by Harvard University and all kinds of research. They send a little bit of electromagnetic current through the points that we talk about, the heart, lung here, and kidney this side, etc. They've actually done electrical stimulation, and they pick up through functional MRIs, activity in the brain. And so we know that the message can be sent. But the issue, interesting, was that if you have let's say if you have a magnet on a table, and there's iron files around that, you sprinkle some iron files, okay? And then you tap. What will happen? That tapping vibrations will form a pattern, right? The iron filing will arrange in a certain manner. You tap in a different direction, it'll have a different pattern again. So vibrations can conduct, these messages. And so tapping that we do, tapping conducts messages. Second point that we learned was that saying certain things, there's another vibration that goes, not only tapping, but what we say. There's another book that I would like to refer is, and you guys probably can buy that one. That's a fantastic book. It says, "What do you say when you talk to yourself?" It's a book by Shad Helmstetter. In our life, we talk to ourselves the most. Surprised? That's the truth. We continue to talk and we listen to ourselves. And so when the center, the brain here, the CEO here is sitting up there, and we're sending the messages to the CEO and all the things that is, recorded down there. We're trying to change the message system because we have emotions, we are afraid, we have fear, we have doubts, we have all these kinds of things that are there. And we want to change that a little bit. It's much more like the hard drive of a computer. There's already a virus in there. So you got to have to clean it out. You can't run a software over it and keep on saying, no, I'm not afraid. I don't have a fear. I don't have any doubts. You keep on saying that. Will it go away? Probably not. That's the experience most of the people have. And the reason is because it's a hard drive and soft drive situation, software and hardware. You can override a virus, yeah, through software, but you can't remove it completely. You can block it, prevent from getting in. So that's the exact scenario with the EFT. So why EFT can be very, very effective is just that you're going into the hard drive itself. And two types of message we are sending. One is tapping, and the second is saying something. So let's do this. And I'm going to conduct this in a way that I'm not going to ask you about the fears. I'm going to conduct it in a way that will be helpful to you. And at the end, if you put in just put in your request, or maybe we already have your emails. I'm going to send you a little concise narration of what I'm doing today. Okay, just so that you know, you don't have to focus on that right now. Just listen and carry on. So I'll conduct the whole tapping session, just one session. Maybe we'll do 1 or 2 rounds of that and see how that works. Okay, and I'm not sure if it'll relate to everybody's fears, doubts, and concerns, but it'll give you a very good understanding about how this works. Okay, so let's sit straight on the chair, arrange your alignment, breathe nicely, focus into your own self, and just think about how afraid are you? How afraid are you of this corona stuff going around, of the COVID? How much hurt are you? How much sad are you? Are you traumatized for any reason? Do you have any resentment or anger because of this? Think about it. Are you resenting? Why should that happen? Angry. Are you angry because we're not finding any answers to this? Anxiety. What kind of anxiety do you have on this? Do you feel powerless? What powerlessness you have? And confused, uncertain. How much are you about that? If you were to put a scale of 0 to 10, all this combined, where would you put it at? You combine all of them and say, because I'm not sure about what's happening. Politics is getting in there. Health people are fighting. We have no answers. Where would you put it? 3 or 4, 5, or you'll put it 7, 8, 9? Very likely for me, it's high, because a lot of these are not known to me right now. So if I focus into that, yeah, I really don't have. I can't say that but I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. So have that number in your mind right now. And now we will start tapping on that. Okay. So I'm going to say the words, those things that I just narrated, and we will see, because they are inside of us. Any of these, okay? Any of these components are there. And we own these things right now, because situation, in reality, the whole world owns that right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a karate chop point here. So we'll tap. So let's tap. Just gently tapping this area and saying, even though, and you can say it by yourself there. I know you're muted, but start saying it. Even though I have some confusion, I have some fear of what's going to happen. I have a lot of anxiety. I have a powerlessness about what's going to happen. What's my next step? What will happen to me if I step out of the house? I go in the park and I have such situation like that. I can't drive. I'm not able. I'm very limited. My family is limited. My doctor, my appointments are only virtual appointments. The whole things, I can't even go shopping. I used to love shopping. All that is totally limited. I feel limited. I'm totally limited. I feel constrained. All this, and you can say your own words, whichever words you're coming to. Even though all that is happening, right now, I love myself deeply, completely, unconditionally. I love myself completely, deeply, unconditionally. So one more time, even though all these things are happening, of having sadness, having resentment, anger, fear, anxiety, shame, powerlessness, confusion, uncertainty, restricted, all that stuff is happening to me. I, for myself, love myself. I love myself. I accept myself the way I am. The way I am. If a child was doing this, we go say, I'm okay. I don't go to these big words. When we do child tapping, children, we say, even though all this is happening, I'm okay. It's okay. It's okay to accept yourself. It's okay. Okay is fine. So I'm still okay. You are okay right now. You're sitting in front of me. Thank you very much for showing up here. You're all okay. So you say, accept that part of it. You're okay. Last time, 3 times you have to do this. Even though I have this hurt, trauma, resentment, anger, fear, anxiety, powerlessness, confusion, uncertainty, restraint, don't know where to go, don't know where to turn, what to do next, joblessness, money problems. Even though all that's happening in my life right now, at this point today, I am loving myself completely. I love myself. I accept myself completely, deeply, and unconditionally. I don't have any conditions for my own love towards me. I own myself, this is my body, this is my mind. Geez, come on. I have no conditions for that kind of thing. Now, take a deep breath. Breathe in and out. 3 times, nice deep breath. This is called a setup point. We already did the setup now. 3 times, nice. Setup point is when you have 2 battery cells, if they are lined up this way, it may not work. If they are lined up this way, the flashlight will go on, you see? So that's what we've done. What we just did in setup point was arrange those flashlight batteries in a proper direction, okay? Plus to plus, minus to minus, whatever, whichever way it goes. That's what we just did. Now we'll go to the points. So let's start here, up top. Now we're going to just do tapping only for the negative part. What is negative? So just say trauma, hurt, sadness. Then side of the eye is I'm going to take my glasses off. Side of the eye is resentment, anger. It's a gallbladder point. I have resentment, I have anger for situation going on, whatever is going on. Then under the eye, inside the eye, I did not do that properly. Eyebrows here. Let's start again, up top here. Let me start again, okay? Overall situation right now, COVID situation, overall situation. This is because it's all, so many meridians come here. For me, it's very easy to do the massage. Overall situation is going on. Then eyebrows here, inside the eyebrow. That's a bladder point, and say, I'm hurt, I'm sad because what's going on. Sadness. Just say sadness. Side of the eye, resentment, anger. I'm angry. Whatever is the anger reason, anger. Under the eye is a stomach point, fear, anxiety, right here. Under the eye, just at the bone here. Fear, anxiety. Under the nose here, powerless, I'm powerless. Just here, between the nose, here, lip, upper lip here. Philtrum, we call it. Under the, that's a governing vessel. There's a vessel. Powerlessness, powerless. I'm powerless. I have a shame because we're not winning this war. I don't know. I'm shameful. I'm powerless. Under the chin, confusion. This is the confusion. You know how people sit like this sometimes? I want to clarify myself. Look at that. That's the confusion. Many times you sit like that. Huh? What's that? That's the clarity point. So we do that. We do that here. So say confusion, uncertainty, and anxiety. So even though all this is happening all over my body and mind and psychology and everything else, emotions, even though all that's happening, I still love myself. I accept myself deeply, fully, and unconditionally. Take a nice deep breath. 2 more times. Whatever we are knocking off, the emotions and all that can be washed out very quickly through this. Relax. Now key into it again. Visit the COVID fear. Visit what's happening, anger or whatever. How do you feel about this? How much afraid are you? I don't know about you. I feel much calmer. If you feel that way, just raise your hand. If not, that's okay. All right. So some of you do, and that's fine. What happens? This is one round. I'm just starting you with one today. This is a whole entire process, but you can continue doing that. As if you feel it's very severe, write down the number and do few times. Okay, the same thing. So you start with this, even though the one sentence, and then only the problems, whatever the problem, the points, because these problems collect all over the body and we'll knock them off. That's basically what it is. And then they get out. They get out of the subconscious now. Now I will do one more round, little differently. When it comes down, when the actual number goes down from say 8 or 9 to under 5, you have to do it a few times. Sometimes you do 1 round, 2 round, 3 round. And I'm just showing you the technique. I'm not conducting the EFT right now. But the technique is to do it so many times that you go down to about level of 2 or 3. It's called subjective unit of distress. That's the unit of distress, they call it, number. When it goes down a little bit, reasonably well, then you say, if there's something remaining, okay? Let's say it's remaining 3. And I'm going to introduce one more script. We'll do other scripts later on. Now, let's say you're not completely relieved. Okay, you go from 8 to 4, let's say. So let's tap. The remaining 4. I don't know why the remaining 4. You're confused. You don't know why I'm still having this issue. Remaining 4. I still feel okay. I'm still love myself. Remaining 4. Whether you believe in this or not, it is so accurate it works. People don't believe in this until they experience this. Remaining 4. And I got so many experiences I can share with you, maybe in the next some time, that you'll be surprised. Remaining 4. You're getting out the remaining 4. Whatever the remaining 4. I don't know why there are 4 there. I don't know what's happening underneath the collarbone, armpit. I don't know why there are still 4 remaining there. You are confused, you express your confusion. It's okay. Take a deep breath. Even though there were remaining 4, I still feel love myself. I accept myself. Okay. So that's just the introduction. And you can work on these 2 whenever, even though if you have physical situations, pain somewhere, aches, pain, knee pain, jaw pain, whatever it is going on. If you do this and check and see what happens. It's been extremely accurate. I'll give you one small instance and you'll be so surprised. I had in my own class when I studied this a few years ago, there was a nurse, pediatric nurse, came in. She said, "Doctor, I use this all the time for the children who are going to have anesthesia. And when they are in the preoperative room, they are very afraid of the needle. Obviously, fear of the needle. Who is not afraid of the needle? They're crying. And they page this nurse over on the PA system, tapping nurse to the preoperative area, tapping nurse to the preoperative area. She comes and she does a little tap dance with children, those people are doing it. And after that, the fear of needle is gone. They are so easy to get that needle. Just giving an example, and it's very effective. So just so that you know, we have done 2 scripts today so far. So you please go to EFT Universe, okay, EFTuniverse.com and read about that. They do not give you all the scripts. I have about 4 or 5 more scripts that I've been using. And it's been very powerful for me on a personal level. And we'll go to a script which goes much more positive. How can you gain a lot? How can you gain abundance? How many people like to get abundance? Yeah, now I see every hand up now. It's strange, isn't it? But that's true. If you like abundance, well, you got to first open up a bank account, isn't it? Where are you going to put the money? Open up your bank account first. Put your name in there. Put your social security number. All that needs to be there. Then somebody will deposit your check. All right. So this is the introduction of the EFT. And Maulik, it's over to you now for the rest few minutes that we have for announcements and things.
Okay. First, I guess if there's any feedback, any thoughts, any inspirations, we'll give everybody an opportunity to share before we make a couple make a couple announcements in that regard. So over to everyone here.
Feedback, if something knocked off during the EFT and something surfaced on your emotional screen,
I do feel less anxious than I did when I started.
Good.
And I'm breathing better.
Yeah. Did the number go down?
Went from a 10 to an 8.
Good. This was just one round of practice. And occasionally we have to go 10 minutes, 15 minutes of tapping. And right. when I conduct my sessions, occasionally session lasts longer and continue tapping. But there are a number of other things. So self-tapping versus somebody guides you. When there's a conversation going on, more words will come out of your mouth, and I get it, and I'll have you tap that directly. So I do that. I'm an EFT practitioner, and I help people actually do that. Conduct sessions for individuals, and that's what I've done. So anyway, but it's very, very effective, and I don't use only EFT. I combine with all the other things that we know in terms of Tai Chi and all that, because I don't think there's only one technique. It's not one panacea for everything. There's not one answer for everything. Everybody has a little different way of behavior.
That's what I find most powerful, the combination.
Right, exactly. Thank you for your feedback.
Thank you.
My question was that when we are talking about this tapping, and we concentrated on the coronavirus. Now, can we apply this to any other fears that we have?
Yes, absolutely. And there are 2 questions. This is a very good question, by the way. Thank you, Tipta. Really very, very it kind of fears, doubts, uncertainties, anything. Yes, fears in the sense, what's the name? The famous thing about, anyway, there are a number of examples in the literature where the fears can be really removed very easily. fear of flying, for example,
Hmm.
fear of flying, fear of public speaking, fear of too many people around there, things like that. Lots of fears. We can work on fear. Fear of water was the initial discovery when this was discovered. The girl was really afraid of water, and to the extent that she wouldn't drink water. She got dehydrated, and they worked with the EFT, and actually, by the time the session was over, she just went out and jumped in the swimming pool. So yeah, there are many possibilities. Thank you for asking that question.
Also, a couple of quick questions. One is, how long do you have to do it? That's the first question.
As soon as you start seeing the numbers go down, once it goes down to 2 or 3, it's very good. That means you're really getting better. You're getting relief of it. You'll feel yourself that the relief is there. For physical pain, it's very fascinating, and you experience that, you will be surprised. Your mind will be off. Your mind will not register. Ultimately, pain is registered in the mind. It recreates. It goes on again the same pathway, and it responds very well. So as soon as it starts responding, great. If not, sometimes you need a little bit more help. Just first do download that from EFT Universe. What's the next question?
Next question is, can it be applied to celebrate happiness?
Absolutely. You can go. I have not done the positive part of it because first you got to remove the negativity. As I said, if you have a container which is stained with bad stuff, you can't put in milk or any anything good in it. You got to wash it out, scrub it out before you clean the pan, before you do anything. And you're cleaning the pan. The EFT part is one part of it. You're cleaning the stuff. So yeah, but we go forward, and we do go forward, and not only celebrate, but as I said, abundance. Yes, you can go towards actual money, extra money. If that's what your thing is. Many times we come out with why you're not making money. There are people who want a lot of money, but there is a reason why they prevent themselves from getting money. They prevent themselves from getting a job. These are the barriers that are in ourselves. And the barriers can be unroofed, brought out, and worked on. I mean, it's not by itself. You have to know the barrier is up, then some work may have to be done, specific work. Yeah. You can't say just sit and tap and say, you cannot, it's like the God who said, God prayers with a lot of faith. God, tell me just one time, let me win a lottery, $1 million lottery. Just let me win one time. Kept praying and kept praying. And didn't ever happen. God one time appeared in his dream and said, can you please at least buy a lottery ticket? How can I give it to you? No? So that's the issue here. All right, go ahead. Anything else?
So there are a couple of messages that are in the chat saying from Girish, loved core and balance conducted by Gail, enjoyed tapping by Dr. Bakshi. From Vasu Jain, it's really helping. Core and balancing was great. Loved tapping. And by Ranjan and Kishore Modi, great, interesting subject. People can use it in their normal life if properly understood. Thanks.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for your feedback. Appreciate it.
And Dr. Bakshi, I want to ask you one question.
Yes.
I have a fear of falling. Where to tap?
Fear of what?
Falling down.
Fear of falling down. You're tapping all over the place, but you have to use those words. The words that we talked about today.
Yes.
Yeah. You can say, I have a fear of falling down, but tapping, the points are the same. Points are the same. You have to do the whole sequence. Yes,
okay.
Whole sequence. Because, fear may go from here to here to here to here. It doesn't get out of the body, Fear goes around in different areas. You have to tap everything.
All right.
It's not a specific point. No, we don't recommend that. We that's the ideal thing to do is to tap everything. And continue the balance practice.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Dr. Bakshi is not the one that you say about EFT is something to do with telling the mind or hypnotizing the mind to say, I don't have the fear, I don't have the fear. You're telling your mind all the time, hypnotizing, and after a few minutes later, you don't have a headache.
No, not true, not true. This is another mind faculty which says ignore it. You can tell the tag, but if you do have fear recorded inside, it will come out. So no, it's the other way around. You accept the thing that you have it.
Because
If
in the
I don't
meditation, I
accept-
learned. In the
No,
meditation, I learned.
I realize we can talk about that, in a separate timing, because it requires a lot more of deep recognition about the fact that positive speech, the way you are describing, alone does not yield results. I mean, there are multiple books written on the same subject, so I can refer that to you. And unfortunately, that's one of the misconceptions that we carry. You can say you're not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm afraid. But if you it's like this. When I'll give you a small example. I know I'm extending a little bit, but somebody said, "Are you afraid of death?" I'm not a fear of death. Do you believe in reincarnation? Do you believe in punarjanma? I said no. Reincarnation, no. Then that guy asked him, he says, are you afraid? Are you afraid of death? Yes. That means you must have died sometime before. In other words, the recording of the fear is always there. And this is just a permanent recording. So, meditation can do some things. In some ways it can work. But if it doesn't work, and it is seen that it doesn't work all the time. So we have seen that. And these are all, complementary techniques. If it works, that's great. If it doesn't work, and then we've seen that a lot, it doesn't work all the time. And it's not hypnosis. Hypnosis is slightly different. Hypnosis is a state where you go into the subconscious and get out the subconscious. You've got to deal with what comes out of subconscious anyway, even the hypnotic state. So, I mean, it's a little bit more involved, and I cannot answer that, in a format like this. So I'll be very happy to talk one-on-one. Please give me a call.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I think that concludes in terms of the comments. We can just make an announcement that we wanted to share, and we had referred to this some time ago. So in essence, we are actually going to be offering and giving access to individuals in terms of a video series that has been created by Dr. Bakshi and Gail. So we just want to kind of share that with you and share that information. It'll be available starting this week, most likely Tuesday or Thursday at the latest. But we want to kind of let that out as the release is happening. So Dr. Bakshi, I'll put up the slides, and if you want to kind of share and explain, that would be wonderful.
Okay, if you want to do it that way, fine. We'll finish it quickly. Yeah. So basically, it is supposed to be OTCs, QTCs, Qigong and Tai Chi. So we've used the term in that. And it's a full body, mind, health, wellness video series. And that, basically what we have done is we've collected a few fundamental foundational practices. We are often asked, they said, well, we want to repeat this, we want to do this. How do I do this? How do I speak? When I learned, I had the same situation with I didn't know any scripts. So this will have some specific, easy scripts and easy things. So you can go down further, please. Next slide.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a series that we have created, and it contains so many things. Introduction, then 4 baskets, then lecture of total fitness system, how Tai Chi helps building musculoskeletal vitality, self-massage whole body, then QTC of head, brain, ear, eyes, foot. On the next one, please. Next one. hand, face, 4 dimensions, love, acceptance. For a busy lifestyle, 1, 3, 5, 10-minute practices, 5-element Tai Chi, heart, lung, liver, kidney, spleen, what is core introductory practice that lasts a lifetime. Meditation scripts, then 3-gong meditation, innovation, how do you innovate, then morning practices. There are 3 morning practices that we deal with. And the next one. This is an interesting part because we also have some other things, and this all you can get. How do you access that? Now you got to tell them all that.
Yeah, so we will access that. You'll receive an email and there'll be a registration for it. It's all through a course platform where you have a lifetime access to all these videos to view and look at and learn from. And we'll be adding additional videos to a library that we will be creating specifically for individuals that take advantage of this. So you will receive it in an email where you can register, and then you will have access to it for forever. So
yeah, and then this is an interesting thing is because the videos are created by specially for you guys and for this occasion by me. Many times when I practice, even though I have led some practices with you, when I did the video, some newer things may have come out. Newer things have come out. So there's a lot of interesting angles. Medical angles are there, foundational practices. And this is the first of our series, okay? This is the first collection that we're putting out. We're gonna have more to come out, and many, many such will come out. And like I told, I'm gonna offer something very special for you guys. I have been practicing this for a few years. And when I go to India, in different locations, I create my videos, a little bit videos here and there. And Maulik was very nice enough to get it all together for me. And so there are almost about 30 free mini videos, and these will cover many other areas, not even in the scene there, but different locations, and you will see all that. And that's something that you can get once you get in there. Anything else left there? No.
Yeah, no, and one thing that I know from SFI perspective, we wanted to try to create something that people can easily understand, people can access whenever they want to access. This is something, in a lot of the videos that are created, they're focused on short, intermediate time frames. Many times in the day-to-day lives, when we need something that can give us that moment of peace, or give us that moment of balance, or whatever. These videos and there are sections that really emphasize that point. So that's something that we wanted to, and it's hard to do in a setting like this, but we can do that and cater it specifically through a series like this. And Gail's been kind enough to also do some specific morning practices, and we have included that as well. So that's part of the series. And as Dr. Bakshi said, this is one of many, and we're going to cover different areas in going forward. So this was something that was requested by many people throughout the last couple of years. We finally were able to put something together that we feel is a great kickstart, and especially for the group that's been here participating so far. So that's all I wanted to share from my end.
What do they do? What's the next step?
Yeah, so we'll be sending out an email, and also on Tuesday we'll have a link available to you guys, and I'll put that in the chat box where you can gain access to this. It's a very straightforward process. We actually are using a course portal through which all this is housed. So you just once you register your email address, and there'll be a password, and you always have access to it going forward. So we just wanted to do an announcement so that when we share this on Tuesday, most likely you will have this available, and you also receive it in email as well.
Right. And the specialty about this is today I feel like doing my ear massage, or I feel like head, I feel like my shoulders, whatever. You just tap that into that, open up the video and practice with it. That's as easy as that. That's basically how it will work.
Right. And the other part is, I know many people say, oh, which video on YouTube should I do? All these kind of things. Here, they're specific for specific areas. And instead of a combination of practice here, depending on your need, we have tried to do our best to focus on a specific body part, which allows for you to really hit that targeted spot and use the benefits of Tai Chi and Qigong.
Questions before we move on, Molly? If there are any questions, please ask, and otherwise we can finish. Okay.
Nope, that's it.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. With that, it's a wrap. As always, have a wonderful weekend. Use a face mask, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, social distance, and we will see you on Tuesday. Take care, everybody.